hold on. A friend of mine that I've always wanted to engage and come up and engage, I'm going to let him engage with you. Go ahead, BB Lou. Go ahead, my friend.
Good evening. God bless. Thank you. I do have a quick question. So in Luke 128, what do you think the meaning and purpose behind Kecharitomene is, and why is it that the angel Gabriel, one of the most fearsome and powerful creatures, right, and especially amongst the angels, why he clearly exalted her by giving her the title Kecharitomene?
Did you say Luke 28? Because
Luke 128, yes.
Luke 128.
Hell, full of grace.
Okay, what was your question?
So, what do you believe Kecharitomene actually means? And why is it that one of the most powerful creatures in all of existence actually exalted Mary in his greeting with this title? Because, and by the way, for further context, you have to keep in mind, angels cannot do anything apart from the will of God, right? So an angel cannot greet someone with a brand new name of their own will.
What do you mean angels can't do anything apart from God?
Meaning they are aligned with God's will. So angels tend to act as what? Messengers. So the angel Gabriel came down as a messenger to our mother Mary, and he greets her in such a way that confused her, right? And he goes on to tell her why, right? He tells her that she is favored. Okay, so there is a particular mission that he was sent with, and he greets her with a particular name that that nobody else has called her, but clearly it's been going around in heaven. So it was given to her by God, right? Angels cannot just come of their own accord at any time and say, hey, I'm going to go ahead and give you a brand new name, much in the same manner that Jesus would with the apostles.
So she was favored because she was given the Messiah, right, in birth. This is nothing.
Well, no, hang on. She was given the name. No, she was given the name prior to this, and you have to keep in mind, right? This she was given the name prior to her. She had already. She's already been showing fidelity up to this point, but this was prior to her accepting God's will, His plan for her at that moment, right? She was already declared Kecharitomene.
Yep.
So, anyways.
Not anyways. I want you to answer, like, what do you believe that Kecharitomene means? And then why is it the angel Gabriel was exalting her?
Because she was being witnessed to by an angel, that they came and said she would be favored to her. What would she be favored for? She's going.
So are you saying in this case that she doesn't have free will? That God just imposes His will on Blessed Mary and says, "Hey, I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to make you. I'm going to force the Messiah to come through you. I'm going to force my Son to come through you."
So an angel appears and tells you something that's him forcing it on you? Would you?
Well, no, but you're making it appear as if he came to witness to her, and as if she had no choice but to accept the fact that she was going to become the ark, right, of the new covenant.
It says Mary was greatly troubled in the words and worried about what kind of greeting this might be.
Yes, so because whenever you have to understand, whenever somebody greets you with hell, what follows afterwards is a title.
So if you're being forced on, the first words out of that person's mouth would be, do not be afraid. Is that what the angel's going to say?
No, and no, you're misunderstanding. No, you're purposely misunderstanding something. I want you to keep up with this because I've been very clear, right? Because what you're wishing to do, right? Even even if you're accidentally doing it, right, you are removing the free will from Mary. She had a choice to ignore God's will, right? She had a choice to reject God's will, but she didn't, right? And this all has to do with how God made her. Okay, this has to do with her title, Kecharitomene.
Oh, he
So
made.
you don't know what Kecharitomene means.
So
You
God made Mary not-
probably believe that Kecharitomene, excuse me, it's a real tongue twister. It simply means highly favored.
So now you're saying God made Mary. Now, where does that come from? Where do you guys get this stuff from?
God made all of creation.
But did God make Mary, or did she?
Well, no, hang on. But the way God made Mary matters. You're not going to try to change the subject.
No.
Kecharitomene. Focus on Kecharitomene. You're not going to try to change the subject. Focus on Kecharitomene. What does it mean? Why was it given to her? Why was the angel exalting her?
Okay, so why was the angel exalting her? Where does it says he exalted her? That's what I'm saying.
It's in the name. I want you to pay attention. It's really not that difficult. My own fifth grader can actually understand the words coming out of my mouth. This is just basic theology. Anyone who knows anything about Mariology actually comes to understand perfectly well what Luke 1:28 actually says. Right? It's really basic.
Okay, you're giving me 2 words to your 20. All right, let me see it. Show you.
Well, no, this all derives from Kecharitomene. So what is Kecharitomene? Let's just keep it simple since you can't keep up.
Highly favored. Let's give a look in the Old Testament to see who was highly favored.
No, we're not gonna do that. I asked you about Kecharitomene. So you believe that it only means highly favored. What makes you believe that it only means merely highly favored and it's not a title?
Because what this here is called the Bible, and that's what it says.
Okay, so do you know what a hapax legament is?
Do I know what a half-X legament?
No. You can even listen correctly. That's not what I said. Hapax legament. Okay, so that means you have very limited words to compare to a particular word, or you don't have anything at all. So there's only one other word that we can compare to. We can compare to Kecharitomene in the entirety of Holy Writ. That is the Holy Bible. I have to make that distinction, right? Just so you don't get lost. And that's a keratosin. Okay, so from this, you know that keratosin and Kecharitomene derive from the root words karatu. Okay, this is different from charis. Okay, that's a different form. Karatu and charis, right? It's a verb and a noun. Okay, those are 2 entirely different. Yeah, you can go ahead and keep raising up your hand, and I wish it would actually be for the glory of God, but that's not what you're doing. You can't even keep up. Right. So when you're going to go ahead and say, well, it merely means highly favored, like, how can you justify that? You don't even know the root word of Kecharitomene. You don't even know where you're deriving this from. All you're doing is getting it from nonsense, like Protestant rendering of the word.
But you don't even give me that chance. I was going to agree with you on something. So yeah, I am limited by my English language where it says highly favored there. But let me tell you your limit. You're limited to just the Greek. So you're going to stop at
I'm not limited. No, that's horse crap. I'm limited to the authority of the church. I'm limited to the authority of the church and what has been divinely revealed through the authority of the church. You can keep raising your hand all you want. But see, the difference between you and I is I have an authority that I give myself over to, right? You are giving yourself to your own personal understanding. We call this narcissism, okay? This is just merely narcissism. So you don't understand, even if you wanted to go with a highly favored rendering, right? Your understanding of this title, okay? What makes you believe it's not a title?
You're part of this false debate.
No. You keep trying to move away. You keep trying to move away. Why can't you keep up? Why can't you just answer? This is not difficult.
Still on the
No. I want you to keep up. I want you to actually answer. You came in attacking the Catholic Church. You came in attacking our Holy Blessed Mother, right? You cannot keep up. You're completely unprepared. You are completely unprepared.
Can't keep up.
I am a low IQ individual, and you came in here after William, and even I am putting you in the dirt. My
How
friend,
would
you need to
know?
actually humble yourself and give yourself over to the proper authority.
And you don't let me speak. How do you know I'm ill prepared?
You're not even keeping up, my friend. You're wanting to go into other territories. You're wanting to go into other subjects.
I can't address your subject.
Well, then what? Why do you believe that Kecharitomene is not a title? Why is it not significant to you?
Your favor. Okay. We're discussing that term. And you said I was
Full of grace. That's Kecharitomene, full of grace, not highly favored.
Okay. Whatever.
Well, whatever. Well, I can actually back mine up. You can't back yours up. Well, then talk. Go ahead. You can't keep up. I'm sorry.
Keep your mouth shut so I can talk.
Well, I wish your brain would actually work a little bit faster.
This is why you think you're smart.
Well, no, I don't think I'm smart. I know I'm smart, right? Because I follow the teachings of the church. I have an authority that I've learned from, right? You're just basing everything off of your own narcissism, your own opinions. You can't even tell me why you don't believe Mary was exalted, and he ran out of here. I do appreciate your time.
You got to run, brother. You got to. Good job, brother. Good job, my friend.
All right. God bless.
God bless you, my man. Got him to run, man. He bolted. We didn't kick him. He bolted, man. He got him to run, man. He got him to bolt, man.